What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Flux Fridays, a series where I discuss a new flux farming method every single week. Except last week. And the week before that, when my hard drive literally died. Anyways, this episode is going to be fairly short and straight to the point, even more so than the rest of my videos. Today we're going to be talking about adventure boxes, and how you've likely been missing out on tons of free flux by opening them. Adventure boxes are a type of loot box in Trove, most of which can drop in any adventure world for monster kills. If you played Trove for at least a few hours, you've probably come across one of these chests before. Without thinking, you opened the chest, got a solid 5 to 10 free flux or glim, and then continued on like nothing had happened. That's precisely why I'm making this video. I'm here to tell you that, ideally, you should be selling your adventure boxes on the marketplace. At the time of recording this, adventure boxes are selling in the marketplace for at least 800 flux each. In the past, I've seen them drop to around 600 flux each, while also sometimes rising to 900 flux. This may not seem like a lot of flux, but it adds up over time as you get more and more of these adventure box drops. The reason why you should sell these instead of opening them is very similar to the last two Flux Friday videos, about the Neon City scrap cases and Titan's treasures. Opening any adventure box has an insanely rare chance of getting you more flux than you'd obtain by simply selling them on the marketplace. Let's look at the Adventurer's Neon Dragon Kami box as an example for why you shouldn't open these chests. Now keep in mind, this box in particular easily sells for around 800 to 900 flux in the market. The most common drops in this loot box are atrocious, being 5 to 10 glim or flux. Back when I personally used to open all of my boxes, it felt like I was getting this common drop 90% of the time, which is just depressing. The uncommon drops are half bad, half decent. The style surprise is pretty good, since you can sell them for somewhere between 2,500 to 4,000 flux, but I feel like I get this drop once out of every 50 to 100 boxes. The Eye of Cthulhu drop is awful, however, since it's worth around 10 flux, so it's basically the same as the common drops. For the rare drops, each box typically has at least one mount, with this box containing the 2 Kami mounts. The mount price varies from box to box, but these Kami mounts in particular sell for around 30,000 flux each. Lastly, the rarest drop from these boxes is the Block Dragon Egg fragment, which is so rare that it even has its own message in Trove chat to notify you when someone's gotten the drop. It does sell for over 100,000 flux, and at the time of recording this has raised to 120 to 140,000 flux, but is way too rare to even consider a reasonable drop. Because of the fact that most of the drops are either terrible or you'll never actually get them, it's in your best interest to sell these boxes in the marketplace to maximize your income of flux. You could definitely quick sell these boxes for around 700 flux, but I personally like to sell all of them for around 900 flux. Be sure to always check the marketplace though, as sometimes the prices will raise randomly, and you want to make sure you're selling these for the maximum amount of profit possible. Moving on to the bonus tip for today's episode, I really wanted to first talk about the Giant's Winter Chest, an adventure box that really stands out from the rest. This adventure box has a bluish color scheme instead of the traditional red and yellow loot box. The reason why I wanted to mention this chest is because it's worth around 4 to 5 times the price of most other adventure boxes. At the time of recording this, and honestly for the last 3 or 4 months, Giant's Winter chests are around 4,000 flux each. I personally have also flipped these on the marketplace quite a lot for between 4,000 to 5,000 flux, and I've sometimes seen them drop to around 3,000 flux. If you aren't planning on selling your other adventure boxes, at the very least I recommend selling your Giant's Winter chests, since they're worth so much more. The second and last bonus tip of today's episode is about the daily bonus for Thursday, Adventure Day. Every Thursday in Trove, adventure boxes have double the chance to drop when you kill enemies. So if you're going to farm for adventure boxes by killing random enemies in any adventure world, be sure to pick Thursday as your day to farm. Also, if you have Patron, the drop rate of adventure boxes is boosted even more, to triple the drop chance compared to any other day of the week. In the end, I do want to put a small disclaimer about this video as a whole. This guide is to help you on average make the most amount of flux possible. It is entirely possible that you might get lucky and get a Block Dragon Egg fragment when opening your first adventure box. However, the odds are so rare to the point where you're going to be better off following this guide and selling your boxes in the marketplace. With that being said, however, don't hesitate to open a few boxes every once in a while for fun. You'll likely be losing some potential flux, but there's nothing wrong with doing stuff for fun. My guides will always focus on getting the most flux possible, but I really do want to make it clear that there's nothing wrong with losing a bit of flux for the purpose of having some fun opening loot boxes or whatever else you choose to do. With that being said, it's time to wrap up the video. If this video helped you out and you learned something new, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be posting plenty of new Trove content regularly. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, as I'm always reading your comments to answer any of your guys' questions about the video or Trove in general. That's all for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.